Hey Josh, so I think we came up with a pretty good plan for the rotator cuff and shoulder pain, man. Really big picture, we need to stretch kind of the neck and the front of the shoulder. That's getting a lot of extra tightness and a lot of compensation in those. And we need to strengthen the back side, the back of the rotator cuff, a little bit in that shoulder blade as well. You do those two things, and I really think that shoulder's kind of put in a better position. It's going to get rid of some of that forward lean and that shoulder's doing itself. I'd like to see these exercises that we're doing today maybe be the plan for about a month or two. And then when you get back into your normal routine, your weightlifting routine, again, back when you're home, then I'd love to meet again, and then kind of how do we put this into a bigger plan, right? How do we still work chest and back and shoulders, but also make sure that this guy's happy while, we're integrating other sports and things like that. So again, looks pretty straightforward. Anytime that you're getting what we would consider the pinch, the pain, kind of that cross, that uneasiness that you feel in the shoulder on a semi-regular basis, anytime you're getting that, let's hit avoid that movement, and kind of reset it. If you have trouble coming across and you feel it, I guess now we're going to reach back here. We're going to open things up, right? If you're up high and you feel it, okay, I'm gonna stretch low, and I'm gonna do a lot of this neck because we know that shrug happens. So just in general, just kind of we're aiming for opposites is what we're doing here. All right, for the rotator cuff, the back of the shoulder, the part that I think is the weakest that's going on right now, I got two moves. First one is kind of that one we did on the knee. You can do it on knee or tabletop or anything like that. We did 8 pounds in here, so anything between 5 and 10 I think is going to be a good working weight for you. And again, your reps are going to look slow and methodical, getting good depth on the down here. Don't need to go too far back. I want you to keep tension the whole way. So the reps are kind of, if we're doing a clock here, you're starting at 1 and you're ending at about 5:30. And we're just working in that range right there. Boom. Fatigue. Now you can bail out. Oh man, look how many I can do now. That's a little too easy. I want you to keep your chest facing forward, keep that tension in the cuff. That gets a lot harder, a lot quicker. Boom. So we're just going to fatigue. I would go ahead and work both arms, but maybe you do an extra round on the right arm. But I think the left arm did need it as well. So, or you can play around with, I do 20 on one side and 15 on the better side. I'm gonna leave that to you. We're aiming for symmetry. We're not gonna hit it right now, but just know that in 2 months, 3 months, right, we want these to be pretty symmetrical. The other one that we're gonna do for the main rotator cuff muscle is gonna be this combination move, right? We had elbow on the wall at 90. We are lifting off. That's gonna be the main thing. Anywhere you can lift off, even if you don't have the wall, I want you doing these lift offs fairly frequent throughout the day. It's so low level, you can do them all day, every day. If with these lift offs, if we can add some stretch, if we can add some turn, again, combination of forward, turn, and down, that's gonna give us the best bang for our buck in stretching that anterior shoulder right there. That should be a wonderful stretch. And you can do repeat. Maybe you get here and you do some too. Combining both, we know that this shoulder does not work well when other things are stressed or tight. So we put them into a tight position and then we retrain that rotator cuff to actually turn on that position. The most important one, I think your neck plays such a big role here in overcompensating. If we can get that neck over to the side and do some of these rotations, I think that is just something you can do all day, every day. Retrain your mechanics. That's what we're doing here. It's strengthening, sure, but we know there's a lot better ways to strengthen and add load to muscle. This is more just when my neck takes over, my rotator cuff is garbage. So now we want to be able to have the neck not take over in some of these instances. So those are my favorite two. The rotation on the knee, once a day, maybe twice if you're kicking butt. This guy kind of throughout the day whenever you can. And same for this, you just can't do this enough. The others, I got a few more. This is gonna be a little more pre-weightlifting, or just kind of throughout the day if you're going on a run and you can mix these in first. Just some other stuff that I think will make your shoulder and your shoulder blades happy. First one, some sort of a face pull. I don't care if this is banded or a cable machine or a bent over barbell. But if we can get 3 parts, again, shoulder blades, row, and then add a little bit of rotation, that is beautiful. Overhead's always a little bit tougher. That is a beautiful move, just addressing strength weaknesses in the backside. All right, we had pendulums. Love this one. Gonna take usually a little bit heavier weight. We did about 15 in here. And again, the idea is we get so jammed up, that ball and socket, and you kind of walk around like this all day, that weight will just help drop that arm, give that some swings and some slides back and forth, little rotation if you can, just feels good, right? First thing in the morning, when you've been all stiff, I know you wake up a little bit achy, a little stiff, great way, just grab something that weighs 10 or 15 and just let that take you for a ride for about 30 seconds or a minute. Great way to take some pressure off of that joint. That small labrum tear can turn into a large labrum tear if we don't take that pressure off. So these things will help that. And then the last one, I'm not in a big rush here, but doing the push-ups with some elevation on that right side. Great little combination of stretch and strength for that. Again, make sure it's pain-free, make sure it's comfortable. But we're just trying to get this shoulder a little bit out of its natural comfort zone here, and then a little bit more back here where it is, again, strengthening the back, stretching the front. Give that, again, a month or two. Love to meet up again and kind of go over what I would call phase 2, which is going to be adding a little bit more intensity. And then we can also talk about other movements, overhead work, speed work with throwing. There's definitely a couple more things to unravel, but this should at least help with the night pain and that repetitive use pain. And that's all I got, man. I hope it works out. And yeah, let's catch up in about a couple months. All right, take care. Bye.